You have more power inside of you than you've ever been told. Every cell, every heartbeat, every breath, your body is designed to heal. But here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. Disease doesn't just happen overnight. Cancer doesn't simply appear. It grows in silence, feeding off of the chaos we allow to live inside us. Poor diet, chronic stress, toxic habits, negative thoughts. Yet, just as cancer can grow in that environment, it can also die in a different one, an environment of strength, light, and discipline. Imagine your body as a battlefield. Every single day, your immune system fights for you, trying to protect you from what you can't see. But when we drown it in processed foods, sugar, and chemicals, when we live in stress and bitterness, we disarm our greatest soldier. You don't fight cancer by chance, you fight it by change. You fight it by deciding that your health is no longer negotiable. You fight it by choosing real, living food that fuels your cells, by moving your body, by breathing deeply, and by choosing to let go of anger. Cancer dies when the body is oxygenated. When you exercise, when you walk in the sun, when you fill your lungs with deep, intentional breaths, you are sending a message to your cells that life is still worth fighting for. Cancer hates oxygen. It hates fresh, clean blood flowing through an alkaline, energized body. It hates when you smile through adversity, when you forgive instead of holding grudges, when you nourish your body instead of punishing it. But let's go even deeper. Cancer thrives in fear, and fear is the ultimate toxin. When you live your life believing you're a victim of fate, you hand over your power. The moment you decide that you are in charge, that you will no longer live in fear, that's the moment healing begins. Cancer cannot survive in a body that's full of love, gratitude, and purpose. It may sound simple, but simplicity is where truth lives. You are not helpless. You are not fragile. You are a masterpiece built by design. When you start feeding your body with vibrant foods, leafy greens, fruits, herbs, natural antioxidants, you begin to reprogram your cells to heal. When you sleep deeply, drink clean water, and fill your mind with faith and positivity, you change your inner chemistry. The battlefield shifts. The cells that once supported disease begin to regenerate, repair, and recover. And maybe the most powerful medicine of all is joy. Laughter changes chemistry. Gratitude changes inflammation. Love rewires the immune system. Every hug, every moment of peace, every prayer, it all matters. Healing is not just physical, it's emotional, spiritual, and mental. So no, this isn't about one miracle food, one magic pill, or one expensive treatment. This is about taking responsibility for the power already inside you. Cancer dies when you start living fully, when you live with intention, when you choose what you eat, what you think, what you allow into your life. It dies when your body becomes a place of harmony, not chaos. Your body wants to live. It has always wanted to live, and when you align your choices with that truth, when you choose life over fear, love over bitterness, and discipline over indulgence, then the miracle begins. Because cancer cannot thrive in a body or a spirit that has decided to heal, so today, make the decision, not tomorrow, not when it's convenient, right now. Eat for your healing, move for your healing. Speak life into your body, breathe deeply, laugh often, love harder, let go of the weight of fear. You hold the power, and when you finally decide to use it, cancer dies. The human body is not merely a collection of organs, it's a symphony of life, intelligence, and resilience. Every second, billions of cells are working in harmony, regenerating, repairing, and protecting you from harm. This incredible system, when nurtured, has the potential to resist and even destroy what seeks to harm it. Yet too often, we underestimate the profound power that lives within us. The truth is this: the body's natural healing power can be awakened through nutrition, mindset, and consistent lifestyle choices that create an environment where cancer cannot thrive. Let's begin with food, the fuel of life. What you eat can either empower your body's natural defenses or poison them slowly. Cancer doesn't develop in a day. It grows over time, often nourished by inflammation, sugar, and processed chemicals that weaken the immune system. When we flood our bodies with processed meals, refined carbohydrates, and sugary drinks, we're essentially feeding disease. Cancer cells love sugar. It's their favorite food. But when you start cutting out sugar, reducing processed foods, and embracing whole, natural nutrition, you starve those malignant cells of their power source. Nourishment begins with nature. Think of fresh vegetables bursting with chlorophyll, fruits rich in antioxidants, nuts and seeds filled with healthy fats, and herbs that heal from the inside out. These foods don't just keep you full, they heal you at a cellular level. Broccoli, kale, garlic, turmeric, green tea, these are not just items on a grocery list, they're warriors. They reduce inflammation, boost the immune system, and make your internal environment less inviting to cancer growth. But nutrition alone isn't enough. The second pillar of healing is mindset. You can't heal a body you hate. You can't restore energy to a system that's fueled by self, doubt, guilt, or fear. The mind and body are in constant communication. Every thought you think sends a chemical signal through your entire being. When you think thoughts of peace, gratitude, and hope, your body releases healing hormones, endorphins, serotonin, and oxytocin, that strengthen your immune system. But when your mind is filled with stress, anxiety, and anger, you release cortisol and adrenaline, creating an acidic, inflammatory environment where cancer can thrive. This is why mental hygiene is just as critical as physical nutrition. Daily mindfulness, prayer, gratitude journaling, or meditation, whatever connects you to peace, acts as a detox for your emotions. It helps reprogram your nervous system from a constant fight or flight mode into a state of healing and regeneration. When you learn to quiet the chaos of the mind, the body begins to repair itself. Healing happens in stillness, not in stress. The third pillar is lifestyle. Healing is not a single action, it's a daily commitment. Regular movement increases oxygen flow and improves circulation. Cancer cells despise oxygen. They flourish in stagnant, low-oxygen environments. Exercise, even something as simple as brisk walking or deep breathing, enhances oxygenation, activates lymphatic drainage, and strengthens immune function. Sunlight provides vitamin D, a nutrient essential for immune balance and cancer prevention. Quality sleep restores hormones and cellular repair mechanisms. Hydration flushes toxins and supports detoxification through the liver and kidneys. It's also important to understand the role of toxicity. Our modern world is filled with invisible threats, chemical cleaners, pesticides, plastics, and polluted air. Every day, these toxins accumulate, burdening our organs and creating internal stress. Detoxification isn't a trendy buzzword, it's a necessity for survival. Supporting your liver through natural foods like beets, lemon water, and cruciferous vegetables helps cleanse your system and renew your energy. Finally, consistency is everything. Healing doesn't come from a single smoothie, a single workout, or a single day of positive thinking. It comes from daily choices, tiny, consistent actions that build momentum. Every glass of clean water, every deep breath, every walk in nature, every meal of living food sends a message to your body, I am ready to heal. Over time, those small actions compound into transformation. Your body is not your enemy, it's your greatest ally waiting for your cooperation. When you nourish it, respect it, and care for it with patience and purpose, you awaken its natural defense systems. You create an environment where cancer simply cannot survive. Healing is not about fighting against your body, it's about working with it, feeding it what it needs, and believing in its ability to recover. The body's healing potential is not a miracle, it's biology. And when you align your nutrition, your mindset, and your lifestyle with nature's design, that biology becomes unstoppable. You hold the power. You are the medicine, and when you choose to live in a way that honors your body, disease has no choice but to fade away. True healing does not begin in a hospital room or a medicine bottle. It begins in the heart and the mind. You can flood your body with the best food in the world, take every supplement under the sun, and still struggle to heal if your inner world is filled with fear, anger, or despair. Because healing is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, and spiritual. The second truth is this: true healing begins when we stop feeding disease with fear, stress, and toxins, and start fueling our body with oxygen, hope, and self-belief. Let's start with fear, the silent killer. Fear paralyzes healing. When you live in constant fear of illness, of loss, of the future, you create a chemical storm inside your body. Your adrenal glands begin to pump out cortisol and adrenaline, your immune system weakens, and your body stays stuck in a fight or flight mode. Cancer and other chronic diseases thrive in that kind of environment, one where the body never feels safe enough to repair itself. Healing requires safety. The body only begins to regenerate when it feels at peace. So when you choose faith over fear, calm over chaos, you send a powerful signal to every cell in your body that it's time to heal. Fear also feeds off ignorance. When we don't understand our body, we feel powerless. But knowledge brings confidence, and confidence is medicine. When you learn how your body works, how it heals, how it responds to food, movement, and emotion, you reclaim your authority. You stop being a victim of disease and become the commander of your own biology. Now, let's talk about stress, the most underestimated toxin of modern life. Chronic stress is like an invisible poison that seeps into every part of the body. It disrupts digestion, weakens immunity, inflames tissues, and disturbs sleep. People underestimate the damage that daily stress causes because they can't see it, but make no mistake, stress is one of the most potent fuels for disease. The key to healing isn't eliminating all stress, but transforming how we respond to it. You can't always control life, but you can control your breath. Deep breathing is not just calming, it's medicinal. When you take slow, deep breaths, you flood your body with oxygen, lower cortisol levels, and increase parasympathetic activity, the part of the nervous system that restores and heals. Oxygen is life, oxygen is energy. Cancer cells hate oxygen because it strengthens the immune system and disrupts their anaerobic, acidic environment. Every walk in nature, every breath of fresh air, every intentional moment of deep breathing is a weapon against disease. But there's another toxin we must address: negativity. Negative emotions are like acid to the spirit. Bitterness, resentment, anger, these emotions create internal turbulence that manifests as inflammation. Studies have shown that holding on to negative emotions can alter immune response and hormone balance. Letting go is not weakness, it's wisdom. Forgiveness, kindness, and compassion are the greatest detoxifiers of the soul. When you release the weight of the past, your energy shifts, your body relaxes, and your cells begin to heal, and then comes hope, perhaps the most powerful medicine of all. Hope transforms biology. It's the spark that reignites the will to live, the belief that healing is possible. When you choose to believe that your body can heal, that your cells can regenerate, that your future can be bright, you awaken a powerful internal chemistry of recovery. Hope releases dopamine and endorphins, those feel-good hormones that boost immunity and reduce pain. Hope is not naive, it's strategic. It changes everything from your mindset to your mitochondria, and intertwined with hope is self-belief. When you stop seeing yourself as sick and start seeing yourself as healing, you become a participant in your recovery. Your thoughts create your internal environment. Every affirmation, every declaration of strength, every time you say, "I am healing," you reinforce a pattern in your brain that instructs your body to follow suit. The mind leads and the body obeys. Remember, healing is not a miracle waiting to happen someday. It's a process happening right now inside you. But you must stop feeding the disease. Stop feeding it with junk food, with toxic thoughts, with endless worry. Replace all of that with oxygen, movement, peace, sunlight, and gratitude. Replace fear with faith. Replace stress with serenity. Replace doubt with determination. When your body is filled with oxygen, your mind with hope, and your spirit with belief, cancer loses its power. The body becomes a place of harmony, not hostility. The immune system thrives, energy rises, and healing begins to flow naturally. So the next time you feel afraid or hopeless, stop and breathe. Remind yourself that every breath is proof of life, and every heartbeat is a declaration that your story is still unfolding. Choose thoughts that heal, choose habits that empower, choose to believe that your body is on your side, and it will be. Because disease cannot live in a body that is alive with faith, filled with peace, and fueled by self-belief. Healing begins the moment you decide that it's possible, and that decision alone can change everything. Healing is not a destination, it's a decision. It's the quiet, powerful moment when you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I choose life. Every choice after that becomes a reflection of that decision. What you eat, how you think, how you breathe, how you live. Cancer, disease, and illness lose their strength the moment you reclaim yours. Your body has never been your enemy. It has always been your ally, waiting for you to listen, to trust, and to care. When you stop feeding disease with fear, stress, and toxicity, and instead nourish your body with oxygen, whole foods, joy, and peace, something extraordinary happens. The energy within you shifts. Cells that once struggled begin to repair. Inflammation begins to fade. You feel lighter, clearer, more alive. That is your body whispering, thank you. Every deep breath, every moment of laughter, every act of self-care is a victory. Healing doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means believing that your body can rise again even when things seem impossible. It means showing up for yourself every single day, even in small ways. It means saying, I will not live in fear anymore. You are not powerless. You are the healer, the medicine, and the miracle all in one. The same intelligence that created you is working every second to keep you alive. Feed that intelligence with gratitude, strengthen it with clean living, protect it with peace. Let your thoughts become light, your habits become healing, and your faith become fierce. Because cancer cannot thrive in a body filled with hope, love, and purpose. It dies when you choose life, fully, fiercely, intentionally. So today, take back your power, breathe deeply, move freely, eat consciously, love deeply, and remind yourself again and again, you are not fighting for your life. You are awakening it. And when that awakening happens, when your body and spirit unite in purpose and strength, then and only then does the impossible become possible. That is when cancer dies and you begin to truly live.